Yo, 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 good morning. Eric, I don't even know how you posted the link that fast. I saw that. Good morning, Eric, Susan, Rollout, VC, Zaya, Ace, Kim, Maddie, SF, Shaq, Aloha, Sandollar. What's up, Misi? And then good morning, everybody in Discord, which includes Boro, Daffy, Garden Trader, JC, Letterbuck, MK, Rob, and Tobias. Good morning, good morning. Looks like a lot of you already got started this morning. High key, why does this look so good for shorts? I get here, this looks really good for shorts. We just look like we're rejecting the same way we did here. I would add that level. Actually, no. Add today's low. There's our yo-yo-yo. Good morning, Dr. J. Good morning, Elisa. It looks like I didn't miss much by starting the stream late. Good morning, John G. How's it going? It's kind of hard to say that this needs a retest when all of this is a retest. Alright, so I was typing, I put good rejection of all-time high supply so far, but no flush under today's open yet. Watch for pops of new highs and who controls current day open today. So I'm going to be watching 530.63. That's the key level today on SPY. Now, let's go to our sectors, and let's see what are the key levels today. And we'll start with tech, which we're going to stay on the 5 minute, but all the levels come from this time frame. And you can see tech is at an all-time high, so there's really not much we can watch here. You're mainly looking to see who controls previous day high in the same way we were looking at yesterday. We were just seeing, can they pop over it? They barely did. But today you can see they popped over it, wicked, touched it, and now they're moving away from it. So that's actually a really good sign for tech, our strongest and largest sector. Healthcare starting a little scary down here, way below previous day low, way below previous day close. In the first 30 minutes of today, they've already shot back up to just under the previous day high. So pretty good sign by them, but it looks like they are also slowing down. So I would watch, one, that little bit of a higher low they made there. I'd watch previous day close. And these could be two signs where you see, oh, if they break down, okay, well, this is going to hurt SPY. If they break down, okay, it's going to hurt SPY. If they end up holding this, it's very good for SPY. Move back to banks. Banks barely held on to 42.12 yesterday. They actually struggled with this most of yesterday. They were just kind of jump roping it, but they stayed in the zone. And we said as long as they're here, this is good for bulls. So as long as they hold this whole area and just try to move up or just kind of like sit sideways, this isn't hurting the market. So that's a good sign for, by banks. But they are also slowing down in the last 15-20 minutes. So we'll see what else happens. Discretionary looks like they're holding on to their last leg before a potential breakdown can happen. It looks like under whatever this is, 177.50s. Looks like under that can hurt discretionary, which this is Tesla, Amazon, Nike, McDonald's, Home Depot. So you can check those weights if you want, but they are also down today. They open lower and have dropped lower, but they're right at their last line of defense. Meta today, damn, they actually did break under that yesterday. I didn't realize that. They broke the higher low yesterday, and they held the 2-day ago open. Today, they were just kind of up to the right. So nothing really crazy, but they're not really up, if that makes sense. So now we kind of have a general idea of where the sectors are. We understand tech is basically working by itself. Healthcare did help out. It didn't really hurt us any more than it could have. So I guess it's a good sign to see that the top two sectors are trying to work together right now, while banks are sitting in a spot of their chart where it's not really hurting or helping us. So I guess main focus is current, or that level right there on SPY, and then tech and healthcare. What are those doing? Oh, a lot of talking. Good morning, Matty Ice. Good to see you. Good morning, German. Good to see you. I still like this risk for shorts, even though you're above today's open. I know that sounds kind of like against the trend, but I actually really like shorts a lot right now. And you can leave a very tight stop at the meat of today if you really want. 531.17. This actually looks really good for downside. And if it goes back up, that's whatever. At least you were on good risk. How was everyone's morning so far? I know we started the stream a little bit later today, but did anyone take any trades yet, or did you all just sit cash before? What are the vibes? And of course we can check other charts as well. I'm sure if some of you are like, what is he doing just looking at SPY? IWM is actually one of my favorite things to look at whenever I think SPY isn't looking that great or isn't doing much. I believe this is a really good thing to jump over to. And right now they're holding a double bottom at 207.35. A little weak as they're trying to hold this, but still holding really well. Where's that daily at? Let's see. How are they sitting? Okay, so they're like most charts that are hitting up against their all-time high if they didn't break it. They're kind of just like chilling there still. They're wicking the gap, which there's a lot of charts doing that right now. You can check out like Meta or Netflix, and there's a lot of charts that have hit or almost filled their gap and are just kind of like wicking those highs. Meta's doing it. Where's Netflix? There she is. Oh, never mind. Netflix isn't doing it anymore. This is what I was kind of referring to, was here. But you can see the outcome. Bullish kicker and then a rally through new highs. So it's hard to sit here and tell you guys, just jump into shorts. We're at lower highs right now. Like, yeah, but all it takes is one of these candles to shift that, so it's not really fair to sit here and be like, you should be bearish. No, not really. That is a good probability situation that can occur, but you get a bullish kicker and that's pretty much GG. SMCI, that's a crazy candle to have today. I'm just checking the semiconductors real quick. I see they're both, these are both green, but they're like sitting after a gap up, so it's like not really a green day. And then this one is just straight up down. So Nvidia is slowing up against all-time high supply right now. That is something to note. No exit of this area. They actually retook it yesterday when they did fall out of it. So I guess 940, pretty important level on Nvidia. Alright, so what else is moving? We got Tesla here, so they opened lower, dumped lower, but not really as bad as a couple other days ago. Y'all remember that? Yeah, I remember this one. To be fair though, they actually opened lower, retook good levels, then dumped. But this one just straight up opened lower and, I mean, not really a dump. I can't say that's a dump. It just sucks because they opened so much lower, so they're down like $5. Meta retaking 467. That's a good sign. Yesterday I was actually saying that's a good thing to short under. So good breakdown by Meta. Looks like an opposite reaction today. You have a good retake of that level and a higher low. Almost a bullish engulfing there. They seem to be slowing down. I didn't even look at Apple or Microsoft. Yeah, those look pretty good. Whoa, when did EMPH get to 120? Oh, today. Huh. This is why you don't short when you're into that next zone under. Like right now, probably a great time to start looking at shorts. Keep the stop at 120, 132. EMPH. That's not a bad idea. Ooh, energy transfer. This is one of the few tickers I will tell you to never, ever, ever short. This is one of the craziest moves since the COVID dip. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. This stock went all the way to $3.75. We are up $12 from then, and it hasn't really had like a I mean, this is probably the worst one. It's probably the second worst one. But since then, it's just been up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, but a steady incline. Very crazy chart. Boeing surprisingly actually trying to hold 184.50s over the past 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions. It's actually pretty impressive. Coin, we talked about the possibility of them trying to break this downtrend the other day, and then they actually did it with this higher open. Now we're just looking to see, can these recent highs, either 216.50 or 221.40, I'm really betting on 221.40, that if it ends up holding this, it's a good sign that it wants to try to work towards 240. So you got 238.55 and 242.60 here. I believe if it can hold up, rectangle tool, if we can hold this area just in general, I mean, it might be more than just this candle. I do like the fact that we could try to break these recent highs right here, since this is the candle that broke the downtrend recently. And then over this level, this would be a good impulse loop move. You could look towards the, basically the 240s. But, yeah, the trigger would be over this day's high. It'd be nice to use over 229, but really need to see over that high as well. So I guess you could do two different triggers there. Kind of a light one and then more of a heavier one. But that looks really good. Now, up opposite, it looks really good for bears as well. If it ends up cracking 220.12, that's a very good sign, because this kind of invalidates that move from here, and if it cracks under here, you at least get a move towards 216.50, and then you kind of have the same scenario here where this is like a light trigger and this is a heavier trigger. It's the same thing here. You have like a light trigger right here, and then you have a heavier one if it breaks this candle's high. See, now you have a plan for both sides for day trades too. It's not even just for swing trades. If it ends up getting a nice higher close, yeah, you could definitely take some risk on that for a swing, but overall it's a really good setup for day trades, even without setting up the levels the right way. Ulta. Still struggling after that. Oh no, this was before earnings. We drew two zones here. Bottom of that candle to the top of the last red candle there for a demand. We did the same thing down here at the low of the, what chart is this? Of just the last year. So I went from the low of this candle to the top of the last red candle. Really good dip by here. Higher low held, another higher low, another higher low. I didn't really mark it up right here the same way, just kind of added a level here. A little lazy. I guess I could remove this now. No, remove that. We'll keep this. We'll keep this. So basically on Ulta, I'm just looking for any kind of buyers to show up, literally anything. There's no signal here yet. This has just been straight up bears just dominating every single move they can for the past, what is this? Yeah, literally a little over a month. We're about to be on 2 months. That's a wild dip. But also, just looking for any kind of base build. So if you've ever been to my YouTube channel, definitely check out the base build by the dip strategy. This will show you exactly what we're looking for on Ulta over the next couple days. A couple weeks, really. I don't think it's fair to say just a couple days is going to send this back up. But Ulta, very nice position chart, especially if the market does start making all-time highs or just holding. FedEx. Jesus, they just kept going. See, this was the move we were looking for. Ugh. 249.50. So all we did was grab a fib retracement tool. We went from this candle's high all the way to this candle's low, because basically this is where, when they were in the downtrend, this is where they decided to have an impulse move. When they decided to come back down, they went from here to here before seeing another buyer. So I'm basically just looking for a rejection or a retake. So if it can retake these areas, it's good for bulls. If it can reject, it's good for bears, in short. But very, very nasty reaction. All it did was go up here one more time after failing once. Came up here one more time, gave us a good little, you could say shooting star, you could say inverted hammer. I think it's just an indecisive candle, because you do have a pretty measurable wick on the underside and the top side. Now the top side one is a little bit heavier, but still. And then you get a nasty reaction that next day. I don't remember if this was news related or not, but still. And then over the course of 6 more trading sessions, all the way down to 249.50s, just from a nasty rejection of 268s. Isn't that crazy? Now, the first time it happened, it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sessions, and that just got to 257. It took less than that the second time and made it down even further. So now, you could delete this fib. I would keep this zone here. I would not delete that. You could keep that if you want to. The next thing I would grab is either this fib, and then also grab this zone. If anybody's looking at FedEx still. Delete that fib. And then this one. Well, actually, you can't draw this one yet. We don't have a buyer. But basically, the next one I would grab is the high of this candle down to the low of whatever this move is about to be. So, I mean, if it keeps going down $8 more, and then it decides to get a dip buy, that's where you draw that fib. And then draw that zone, of course. But can't even draw that, actually. Let's check Tesla. They're actually finally retaking a bearish fib. They're sitting on top of it right now. Now, this is a very indecisive candle. Also, I don't think any of the signals we're giving out right now, or ideas, or just breakdowns, I don't think any of these are going to be that strong, if that makes sense, because we are working towards a news event today, right? So a lot of these signals we're updating right now aren't going to be as strong today, or at least right now until the, release happens. What's up, Andreas? VC said AMD. We can watch AMD too. I don't mind that. I like AMD. Bigger and smaller time frame, very clean price action. You're in Poots. Looks like you're stuck between 2 levels right now. Got into FSLR. I have not seen that name in forever. Runners are up 400%. Cam, what? Cam, what was the play on this? Oh, never mind. It's up 12.5%. Never mind. I think I understand how 400% was attainable. Holy. What'd you do for this one? Wow. To be a buyer after that candle, you are crazy. I respect it, though. First solar. I haven't heard of any of the solar names in a long time. I actually have a whole watch list. Oh, I'm on the wrong account. But CSIQ, this is Canadian solar. Looks like they got some life. What was the little one? It was Sunworks. Sun W. Yeah, that one's not getting anything. I would leave Sunworks alone. The first rotation around, this was a great one to look at. The second time around, I would leave it alone. DQ is a big one from, I believe, China. This is like the biggest China solar stock to look at. Looks like they're also getting a pretty massive day today. Almost 18% right there. What were the other ones? It was FSLR. I'm a big hater of ENPH, so that's why that one lines up. There was one more that was really good. ENPH, CSIQ, DACO. Sunworks is not really good anymore. I don't want to cheat and look. It's on the tip of my tongue. There's another one. Wait, I could just cheat. Oh, they're not going to give me the tap. Damn, Schwab does suck compared to Thinkorswim. You could literally type in the word solar and you'd get every stock. I can't even do that here. Oh, that's crazy. You do it this way? No. That's not what I wanted. Oh, here we go. So, First Solar, there's yours. Canadian Solar. TAN, here it is. TAN was the ETF. That's the one I was trying to think of. TAN was the ETF. So remember that. TAN. That was it. Yeah. Okay, we remembered all the other ones. Good. The main ones, at least. TAN. I gotta remember that. Let's add that down here. We'll just add the solars together. So I got TAN. CSIQ. I'll leave EMPH where it is. FSLR. DQ. Alright, there you go. Now I can switch back to solar when I need to. Let's go back to SPY real quick and watch that for a little. Because at first, when I first joined stream, this was looking really good for shorts. They're actually retaking a pretty good level here at 531.10. No retake of the meat of the high at 531. What is that, 16? Yeah, 16. Just more wicking action. Kind of stuck between the low of today and the close of yesterday. But let's just include that all-time high. Supply at 531.52. Which actually it's 56 now. I just didn't change it yet. You should actually be looking at this zone. I shouldn't even be saying these levels. Delete, delete, delete. Come over here, we do the same thing. The high of the day to the open of the last green candle before the reversal back down. It's actually a calculated move down right there. And then just for visual sake, I like to add the zone. You don't actually have to do that. There we go. And this is what you should be watching. I didn't update my levels from yesterday. But that is what we should be looking at. My bad. And then we have like psychological levels set on the other time frame. This one I have psychological levels set, and I have measured levels set. So we have everything ready, if it even does anything like that. There we go. Alright, my bad. Let's repost the game plan. Let's include that level above. I'm not trying to be biased, and like if you post a chart like this, it makes people think like, oh, it's trying to go down. He wants it to go down. If you do it like this, it's like, oh, okay. It looks like if it breaks above this, it goes towards this. If it breaks below this, we could go towards this. Like it actually shows somebody, look, we actually have a game plan for both sides. Don't be biased. Don't just watch one side. Reposting that chart. You're crazy, Eric. I just saw your reply. Yeah, I went to start stream. I clicked start stream, and then I clicked share link. I got the link. I copied it. And in that amount of time of me doing that, I did that, and I went to Discord. In that amount of time, you sent the link into chat. I was like, how did he even do that? I'm the guy who literally started the stream. Yeah, that blew my mind. Tech on a tear streak. They're making new highs, so they're just still super bullish. And healthcare participating. So guys, the thing we talked about, the thing that hasn't happened over the last 4, 5 to 8 trading sessions, it feels like. If you go back through all of my previous streams, tech and healthcare have been going in almost opposite directions at the same exact time as each other. Today, that is not the case. Healthcare and tech are actually moving up together. This is a wild move. You can see healthcare holding on to the higher low, moving higher. You can see tech just, again, kind of like that same other chart, just holding its higher lows and moving higher. It looks ugly, but they're just still grinding up. Banks are not participating. Discretionary at least popping up a little. And comms are also helping. So we have 4 sectors moving up at the same time right now. yeah, how is our dollar chart doing, Duffy? Good post. Went through all those charts, I didn't even look at the dollar. It's kind of reacting how we figured. After this really nasty dump and good rejection to really good, what was the support now turned resistance, dumped them for new recent lows, and they made it all the way to this 104 level. Ever since then, they've just gotten what I like to call a buyer impulse move, so I wouldn't say this is bullish yet. It actually could be setting up better for bears if they don't go above 105, but at least we know if they do push 105, this is going to pressure the SPY market. So if we see a push beyond 105s on the dollar, expect some downside on the overall equity market, which is like SPY and everything else we trade, at least in here. A rejection of 105s, no retake of 105s. This is a good sign. Remember, please write these words down. This is a good sign for potential upside in the equity market. I'm not saying this is going to send us to new all-time highs, but it does give us a better possibility. So please remember it that way, not in terms of like, if it goes up, it's bearish. If it goes down, it's bullish. No, it's just really good signs. It can lead to that. It doesn't have to do that. We've definitely seen moments when the dollar and the market move up together, indecision is found, and then a lot of people lose money. Big money, too. And then, my bad, you said AMD. Looks like they popped that new high just for a second today. That's crazy. Yeah, double inside bar. They popped over the latest and the first, and now slowing down. Just a lot of indecisive candles right here, too. This one, this one, this one, and you got like 4 out of the last 5 candles are pretty indecisive. This one just looks like some take profit. Looks like they're just still holding support. So yeah, it's like bullish. It's just a little awkward. But good rejection of these levels could actually lead to a good pullback to at least here. We'll see. It really is depending on the market, guys. I know we're all sitting here talking about technicals and stuff, but there is a catalyst today. And if anything comes from that catalyst, we could be going up, we could be going down. So just keep that in the back of your mind too. Also, what are the big boys that have earnings soon? We said Ulta. I think Nvidia is the other one. Whoops, I meant to go to the daily. Yeah, that's today. So this is pretty important. I don't think all of you guys forget that this is a pretty powerful stock. We all saw what happened last time and the time before and the time before, and what this can do to the market. So definitely a little weary on the swinging side of things, just because of Nvidia for the most part. I'm not even talking about news from like the Fed or anything at this point. Nvidia is a very powerful weight. So we got to take that into account for the market, as well as the other semiconductors. What am I doing? The other semiconductors that it affects, like SMCI, NVIDIA, or AMD, sorry, AVGO, and plenty others. Good call out by Zaya in the YouTube chat, calling out how healthcare and tech both closed over, or pushed new highs, but no close over. Good eye. And you can definitely see the struggle in SPY. Like, we keep popping these new highs, but as soon as we pop those new highs, we just instantly reject or instantly have a wick. So, definitely a little bit of indecision there. Pretty nice hold of this little higher low, it looks like, too. If you go over here and just kind of mark your level, you can see they actually held that perfectly. You don't have to actually add that, but just to see it. I'm going to zoom this up again. Because if we do pop the new all-time high, there is a chance we go smack 530-250 before any news comes out. And remember, FOMC is just data that comes out. This isn't something you're going to see live stream. Oh, my bad, $10. Excuse me. He donated $4. Thank you for that. Eric said, let's go $10, trying to wake up Bueller with some morning coffee. Oh, some coffee money. I'm actually not a huge coffee guy. I'm pretty high sprung without coffee or caffeine or energy drinks. Like, I think some of you guys are crazy when you're in here and you're like, yeah, I had like 5 energy drinks today. I'm like, what? That would give me a heart attack. I think I could already have one without the energy drink, and you're sitting here saying you have 5 of those a day? That blows my mind. Oh yeah, everything bagels though? Oh, yes, sir. I didn't say I didn't like coffee. I just said I don't need it. I don't mind coffee. I don't even mind energy drinks. I really like peach Red Bull, but I only need like 2 every year. Illegal drugs. But no, there's nothing wrong with coffee or anybody here who drinks coffee. Yeah, some of you guys are addicted to it. I know for a fact. And as someone who used to be in plumbing, for you people who are in like an office building, stop putting your coffee grains down the damn sink. You're gonna ruin your own building. And if you're doing that at your house, that's even a bigger red flag. Ace! Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody screenshot the YouTube chat right now. Everybody sees this. Ace was just now gifted. The guy who says rigged is now saying not rigged. Everybody screenshot this right now. Anytime he types the word rigged, I want everybody to spam him with this. Good job, Ace. Nice. I'm proud of you. Sandollar, I don't know how you did that. Look, Ace, I think Ace said he bought it once, or maybe he never bought it at all. And look, Ace has the yellow star, or the gold star, sorry. Not yellow. How dare I? Coffee makes me feel weird and upsets my stomach. Can't drink it anymore. See? I'm not alone. But damn, does coffee smell good. I gotta screenshot it, Ace. I got you. Not rigged. Gotcha. Go to trade floor. Tag Ace just to annoy him a little bit. Yo, good morning, Toma. I feel like I haven't seen that name in forever. Good looks. Snurpy said green tea all the way. I guess I can't hate on green tea. I've only had it a couple times, so I can't sit here and be like, oh, it's disgusting. I've only had it a couple times and it was alright. Aren't there like a million types of green tea though, too? Like a million different ways you could drink it. I look back into YouTube chat, the first comment I see is by Misi saying, yes, love coffee aroma. The comment under by Deuce saying, heroin is just as good. No to heroin. Those comments are peak. Coffee ice cream, yum. Green Candlestick said coffee is life. Daffy said apples flushing. Yeah, we seem to be in a way better position than when I first started stream. See, when I first started stream, we were at this candle, just breaking structure. Decent looking, what could have been a retest candle, and then this happened. Good little move into the previous day close and the all-time high supply. And now they're in a more favorable position for if a rejection pops up. But be on the lookout if the meat of this high right here holds. That 531.16 we talked about earlier, because if that turns into a support, this actually does give chance for buyers to go make new all-time highs. So yes, they are in a more favorable position for a rejection, but watch for where if they hold, because if they do, it could be a good bounce. I drink Dose mushroom coffee like powder with 95 grams of caffeine in it. They included a free rechargeable frother. My first, I like it. A friend of mine said my son needs to eat more veggies. I told him he eats french fries. They said it needs to be green, so I asked where could I find green french fries. Anyone know here? Just food coloring. Just do food coloring on your fries. That's funny. Wait, your friend of yours said your son needs to eat more veggies. Did you ask this friend if they were a doctor? Or no, not a doctor. Don't even ask that. Be like, are you a nutritionist? That's what you should have asked. If they say no, tell them to F off. If they say yes, still tell them to do that. Tell me how to raise my children. Green French fries are at the same place that serves green eggs and ham. Oh, Sandal's right. That Dr. Seuss guy has it. Thomas said, "What's up, my man? Picking every week." Oh, nice. Okay, so just kind of dipping your toes in here and there. Nothing wrong with that. Eric said, "LOL, no," and they don't have kids. Oh, that's even better. I love that. I don't even have kids. I don't think I'd be sitting here telling someone how to raise their kids. Unless I saw some just outlandish, heinous, just, shit like that, but... He said, and Dr. Seuss is a doctor. There we go. Dr. Seuss, more important than friends that don't have kids. I'm sorry, I don't actually have, like, a defense against this. I'm just, like, really surprised someone would be like, yo, your kid needs to eat more veggies, dude. Like, is your kid, like, starving? Or fat? And that's not even gonna fix that problem. You gotta be active. Oh, what is going on with Moderna? When were one of you gonna remind me of this? I mean, we saw these moves, but what is this? Holy. I was wondering why healthcare was doing so damn good. Analyze fundamentals. Dude, they're not even a big weight. What am I talking about? LLYUNH. I gotta check these. Those aren't even what's moving healthcare. But it's not Moderna. That's the weird part. Look, I don't even have levels up. Oh, maybe I do. Let's go back. No way. I might have to actually chart something else here. Alright, hold up. So we'll do this. And then roll this. Whoop. Alright, 165.50. There we go. This almost doesn't even look real anymore. The last time I talked about this from a swing trading perspective, I was saying how this candle could turn into a really strong bullish move if this doesn't break this level. But I never once said, guys, get into calls. So I'm not like trying to talk about it like that. And then since then, we talked about from this day, and then I think this... No, this day and this day, because I tried to do it here, and then I didn't want to do it 2 days in a row, so I did the next day. So it was this day and this day. We talked about day trade plans, and downside on this day, upside on this day. So that worked out on those, but... This would have been crazy to swing trade off of that candle. The reason we were talking about that is because this is a like beautiful bearish setup if you're someone who's looking at the chart like this, right? It's like, oh, that's about to come down. But then you add good levels to the chart and you're like, oh wait, this is actually holding a support. Yes, this is bearish, but let me look for a break of 116.19s for that flush, not getting in randomly early, because this is just the first retest. This isn't anything crazy yet. So could have been a really good pullback. Was not. Ended up giving a higher open, higher close. 2 days later, 3 days later, 2 to 3 days later, sorry, holding new highs that are over what they were rejecting, sorry. And then next 3 sessions, 1, 2, and 3, all just straight up moves. That is a very crazy adventure for that chart. God, all my drawings make me look crazy on some of these charts. Alright, back to SPY. can't stop thinking about Moderna now. That's just a wild day. Solar and Moderna. That's the trend of Wednesday. Apple flipped red. Daffy had mentioned that already. I gotta go back to Spy. I gotta watch the 5-minute for now. And let's see, what time is all of this other stuff coming out? I think it should be at 1, right? Yeah, 1 o'clock. Maddie, I'm loving these posts, dude. I don't know if I told you that yet, or if anybody has said that to you yet. But if you want me to put you in a different channel for this, I would love that, because I mean, I don't know. I guess this channel works for it too. I mean, he's just been straight up calling out day trades on SPY and SPX and the results in review channel. I don't know if anybody's even noticed this. This is very clean. Damn, you were up 50% on that one. Closed runner at 240. Oh, he's in a new one right now. That's from 7 minutes ago. Okay. Now I see what's going on. Damn, well, kick-ass job on that one. We'll see how this one works out. See, this has always been my, not dream, I don't know what I'd call this. This has been my, like, goal for the chat, is, like, seeing that kind of stuff by members of the group. Seeing people in the group posting trades. There shouldn't be a channel that's called swing trade alerts and then another one that's called day trade alerts. Like, what? Are you trying to learn or no? If you're not being pushed by the person who owns your group to make you post, then what the hell is the point of being here? Because, again, we've never once announced ourselves to be signals traders. That's not what goes on here. Yes, we call it ideas. Yes, I've definitely done it before. But that's not our main goal here. Our main goal here is to build ourselves up so we can post this stuff ourselves. Right? So everything we go over here in the streams, you could see it within some of the people in chat. Nah, thank you, Maddie. Thank you. Thank you for setting the example. I see a few people doing it too. Daffy for the longest time has done this. D-Touch for the longest time has done this. And it's not like, oh, are these guys smart? Are these guys good? Are we going to follow every trade they do? That's not the point of it. It's you putting yourself out there. That's the highest level of conviction you can do, is putting yourself out there in front of others while you're on your journey. So if you're up to that point, then I have to see you as a decently confident person. Because that's just, that takes confidence. And that's a really good sign. That means you trust what you've been practicing, you trust your methods, you've been going over the stuff, reviewing nonstop. Probably crazy with the reviewing, honestly. Probably tired of reviewing at this point. But good stuff, Maddie. And anybody else who's like that. There's a ton of, I can't even name all of you because there's so many. Kevo, Sandollar. I mean, there's so many people who post their plays in chat. It's crazy. Swing trades, day trades, just ideas, questions. I mean, it's by everybody. It's not just one person. All right, guys, let's all get rich together. What time is news supposed to come out? It says 14 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which kind of translate over to 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, or 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Eric, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is the time. Peabody in the... Oh, she's not even in the voice chat. Let's just send her a screenshot. Wait, where did she post that? Oh, post charts. That's 1 CST, 2 EST. And Eric confirmed that. Good. Yeah, I just go off of Eric's post, but I know he's posting an EST, and then also since it's after 12, it's in military time, so it says 14 o'clock. And that's not right. Well, it is right, but you have to do the math twice. Once in a blue moon, I post. You're good, Green. I know you're busy. And I do see you post here and there. It's not about who can post more than each other. You know, it's not even about that. If you're busy and you can't put yourself in that, you know, that form, I guess is what we're calling it, it's not really anything you can do about it. He said, yeah, for anyone who is not aware, these trades this week are all paper because I'm trying to become more comfortable with tight price action like we've had the last 2-ish weeks. Yeah, it definitely has been tight, which is pretty common when we reach all-time highs or reach new all-time highs, because one, you have on one side of the, you know, fight, you have hesitant new buyers. On the other side, you have hesitant new sellers. So it's like, kind of makes it a little weird once you get to those new highs. But really good signals can come from those new highs. We love your green post. When is FOMC minutes? It is at 1 Central Standard Time or 2 Eastern. So, in a while. In 2.5 hours. There you go. That's what we should do. In 2.5 hours, that's when it is. I can't believe we've already been live for 50 minutes. Since when? It's only felt like 10-20 minutes to me. Since starting stream, all we've seen is a continued buyer move into the highs, and now a pretty good one-directional rejection down back to this potential higher low. So really just kind of watching this right here. I'm going to just use my trend line tool. So first we were watching this. Make it level. That's as close as it's going to get. They did actually break it. The next candle opened under and retook, so that's a good... I guess if Lulan was here, he'd say it's a 90%. And now we're returning back to the area where buyers showed up. So this is really the proving grounds right here. Yes, this is their range, but this is really where they're making the decision to be bullish or bearish. At least today. Trading in a channel until then, most likely. VC said AMD not dropping. Elisa said time flies. It definitely is flying right now, which is a good sign. That's a good thing on a day like today. Sandollar said, I've been replaying the first 5 minutes of stream just for the music and the peace and quiet. If you want me to, I'll just mute my mic. You can just listen to music. No, I'm just kidding. And yes, Guarded Trader is correct. We also have the 20-year bond auction as well today, which I know that doesn't have an effect every single time, but it has had an effect a couple times. I don't think that'll be today either. Oh, it's not even the auction, it's just the bid to cover. And that is actually at noon, so in an hour and a half. So an hour and a half, and then 2.5 hours, you have different pieces of news. Really good post by Daffy on the trade floor for Apple and SPY. If you guys are interested in either of those. And he has really clean charts too. He's mainly watching the candlestick price action. I love that. Dan Baffy, I see you. He posted in 2 different channels, so there's no excuses if anybody's in Discord. D-Touch, I just saw what you and Leland talked about last night. Oh wait, no, that was yesterday. Okay, here we go. You said, can anyone help me find the BB level script? I can't find it. SOS. Leland says, okay. Proceeds to put superhero cape on. Leland's got pretty good memory, I'm not gonna lie. There's things I've posted in chat and pinned, and when I forget them, I go to Leland. I could even go check those same places and not find it. He'll be like, no, bro, it's right here. Good call out, Susan. Very strong update. She just said we're fighting the control point of current day. Which means if you go from your low to high, we're at the 50%. Make sure you guys stretch your legs, let that blood flow. If you guys have water, please be hydrated. Don't just sit there with a dry mouth. Should I just name today's stream FOMC stream? Does that work? No, I'll just put FOMC at the beginning. FOMC today. FOMC. Sending out an SOS, sending out an SOS. Message in a bottle. And looks like they are wicking and trying to hold as a higher low so far. Remember, if we see a break of that little red trend line, it's a very good sign for short-term bears. A better sign if we end up cracking under today's low, though. That would be a way better confirmation. Right now, we have to assume bulls are still in control. But really nice pullback from the all-time high supply from the high of day. And how is everyone through the first hour of the stream on YouTube and Discord? Hopefully everybody's still chilling. Got a little bit of time before some of the biggest news of today. About an hour and a half before the 20-year news, and then the 2.5 hours before FOMC. Which we might not get any, actual news from it in terms of like, oh yes, this is bullish or bearish, but it's the price action that we're looking for. So when the news comes out, I don't want to see any of you guys freaking out or looking around to see what the news is saying or trying to tell you. I want you to focus on the price action. What levels are we breaking? What are we rejecting? Also, if you're someone who's new to FOMC, Leland has a guide on these exact days, and if you want to, you can actually re-see that guide in the daily updates channel. Eric reposted the main portion of it. But Leland worked pretty hard on that. He even has, there's also guides for the other events like CPI and all that. But that's my favorite one that he's posted. Like tech slowed down, nothing crazy though. Healthcare definitely slowed down. We saw that massive second move up. They've already retaken all of that move and back down to that first higher low that we have there. Next level under his previous day close. Banks kept slowing down. Discretionary trying their best to hold on. And comms also slowed down, but they're coming off the back end of a buyer move, so that's a good sign. And healthcare hasn't lost anything. It's just crazy that they lost all of that work within like 4 candles. So significant slowdown by multiple sectors at once, just like this one. When we saw tech and healthcare in 4 of the top 5 sectors moving up, 4 of the top 5 sectors slowed down as well. We are seeing an inside bar in the 5-minute on SPY. We know that because the recent candle just sat inside of the previous candle's low and high. And good morning, anybody who joined the Discord voice chat that I might not have seen or noticed. I turned off that notification because it's like kind of a weird noise. Green said AMD is testing his patience. Oop, I hiccuped. A hiccup. Ooh, ON. Semiconductor moving up right now. Damn, solar stocks and Moderna. Who would have thought? Other charts are already set up for it, but if you get a break of 146.40s and tech is still slowing down, that could bring more red. But until then, we're just probably going to teeter back up. Or consolidate, I should say. Sinful said, what's an inside bar? Ban him. Ban him now. Now, further, if anybody is curious what an inside bar is, hold up. We have a video on the outside bar, the inside bar. I even have a video on how to add the inside bar to your Thinkorswim chart. I have a 54-second little short that shows how to do this. It's pretty cool, actually. Y'all should check this out. I'll send it in YouTube chat and trade floor. But this video is pretty interesting. I bet most of you haven't even seen this screen on Thinkorswim. You should check that out. You can do all kinds of candlesticks for it too. It's very, very, very interesting. My mind was blown when I was looking at that. We need to find more games to play in between these. I have really big air quotes in the air right now, but consolidation periods. We need to have more things to pass the time. Ace, you need to go find more board games or something. Good call out by Daffy. He's calling out how the dollar and the equity market are doing the same thing right now. Does anybody remember what I called this earlier when I was breaking this down? He said Among Us, Jesus. That would actually be probably funny in here. But what is price action telling us when the dollar and SPY are moving the same way for the most part, you know, even if it's just short term? What does that tell us? Does anybody remember? Please, someone use the word. The word starts with an I. Okay, you gave you a hint. No, don't help them, Daffy. Deletes instantly. He put I don't know with the word EYE. Jesus. I don't know. Come on, someone save stream. What is the word that starts with an I? Yes, Garden Trader. See, Garden Trader is so clutch. Indecision. When the dollar in the equity market, or the dollar in SPY, I keep calling it the equity market, sorry. It's very indecisive, leading us to less high probability signals or trade ideas. Garden, you are the staple of this group right now. Last few days she's been answering. Some of you guys are lacking. Make sure you're paying attention. I don't just rant to just fill in the silence. I go over things that are actually part of the system. Among Us. And then there's an arrow up for the Among Us. No way. Oh yeah, I did see Starbucks. My bad, I didn't pull it up. I did see they were killing it today. That was actually one of the ones I was talking about earlier. I was just wanting to see more price action, but then this candle appeared. It said, haha. And smacked 80. I don't even remember what day in stream we talked about this. So I couldn't even tell you. Really good move though. Solar stocks are still just killing it. Ulta with an inside bar on the daily. Coin moving beyond 229.15. We missed it. Moving towards that. What is that? Yeah, previous day high, 233s. Tesla could be forming some base building above 180. Watch for higher lows above 180. A break below that could cause more breakdown. But 180 is a good spot to look for that. Especially with SPY sitting right here. If we get any kind of buyers, that could be a really good spot for Tesla. But again, not really looking for any crazy ideas before the news today. Just kind of poking at a couple ideas. Ace says, feels like we always get brought back down to the days open on big news events. I feel like that's true too. Maybe not every single time, but it also kind of makes sense, at least logically, from our system, in my opinion. It kind of feels like a median, you know. It's like, oh, we went up, we went down, but what's a good median level that happens every day? Today's open. The current day open happens every single day. So I feel like that's true for the most part. Not every single day, but for the most part, I agree. And I think it's because of that. I think the open is seen as neutral grounds, as best positioning as they can get before a priced-in move can occur. Just because if we're up $8, it's like, well, I don't really want to get in calls then, you know? If we're down $8, it's kind of hard to justify getting into shorts more. So I see that. It's like a neutral ground. Elisa, good point. She said, I agree, like goal in a game of tag, neutral. A says, it's like there is indecision before the news. 100%. And that adds again into our whole dollar and equity market discussion. You know, just seeing those doing not the exact same thing, but seeing them move in a similar way right now is definitely a red flag. And good secondary point by Ace here, talking about how we always seem to return to this median or this neutral point. Also meaning indecision. Good breakdown, Ace. Oh. As he says, we always see today's open. Are we going to go see it? Ace is secretly a market maker and he's not telling us. He's a whale. You're both. Good callouts by Daffy. He's been calling for Apple Blood for a good amount of time here on the trade floor. If you've been in the trade floor Discord, he's been calling for Apple Blood for... If I scroll up here, it's probably been a minute now. I know for at least the last 30 minutes. Oh no, here it is. He started getting excited around... Yeah, like 10:13. Really good posting by Daffy. I like that too. You're just kind of sticking to what you already had planned. You're not jumping around to 50 different things like I am. He started posting SPY, the dollar, and Apple. Those are three main tickers he's posted today. Very focused. And after the break, under that little bit of a higher low, we are getting a flush. Oh, that is disgusting. That's disgusting. Yo, Ace, you want to tell us how you knew that was going to happen? I mean, I know it's because you're cheating. Yeah, it kind of sucks because when I came into the stream, I was saying it looks really good with shorts. As long as we don't cross new all-time high, I think it looks really good. I said 531.32, I believe. We didn't close above it once, and now we are dumping. So you would technically be green from my idea, but I don't want to sit here and take credit because of a large candle like this. It's not even 11 yet. You're going to have a lot of people going, what's the news? What's the news? What happened? Why is it doing that? Just price action. Is ready to give up. Or a big weight fell really quickly because of news. I haven't checked everything yet. But Apple's been falling. Microsoft's pulling back. Amazon's pulling back. Nvidia pulling back. So I think what you're seeing is what one of my favorite terms from when we do sector analysis. And I'm going to type it into the YouTube chat. A combined effort. Combined effort of multiple weights that affect SPY, that are SPY, are all moving the exact same direction at the exact same second, meaning you get a really big move on the one chart that they all kind of graph towards. And Daffy's probably up really fat on that Apple move now. And his SPY puts up. He's called out Apple and SPY puts in the trade floor. You're killing it, dude. I love to see the confidence on a big news day, too. Not letting shit get in the way. I like it, Daffy. Good job, anybody in stream who's been listening. Good job, Daffy, for basically calling out every big important weight that just moved. There were also a bunch of really good callouts by some of the members in chat, as well as other leaders in the group on multiple channels here. Been trying to give good credit to everybody as it goes. Peep top left. Oh my god, we have a celebrity amongst us in the voice chat. We have Bugs Money. I always see the carrot, I'm like, I know who this is. This man means business. Oh god, Ace is here now too. Massive candle to the downside just now, right before 11 o'clock. At 5 minutes before 11 o'clock. In, what did we say? In an hour and 30? Yeah, so about, yeah. Love you too, man. Thanks for being here. SPY 530.39, previous day control point where we are fighting right now. Good looks, Eric. Yeah, I was flipping through a lot of charts. I'm just chilling now. I'm tired of flipping through them. But right now we are getting a combined effort push to the downside. This was multiple weights of the market moving down at the same time. I don't know if there was news or not, but I know for a fact multiple weights moved down just now. And we are under a pretty good level now on SPY as a whole. But I'd like to kind of float back to Ace's point earlier though. A lot of the time we do kind of chill around the today's open before the big news events. Ace said, I wanted retail to buy calls and take out previous day close before I could dump it. Well, you basically achieved that. I wouldn't say they took it out, but they definitely hit it. Gave an inside bar at the high of day, dropped. Eyeing Tesla win his minutes. It is at... Jeez, why did I forget the time? I just read it out loud. Oh, 1 Central Standard Time. Sorry, 2 Eastern Standard Time. So in 2 hours, basically. 2 hours and 4 minutes. You heard? No problem, man. He said hi, Daffy. Daffy might be AFK, but I'm not sure. He has been posting a lot. He might have just walked away. I doubt it, though. Because he just killed it on SPY and Apple. So he might be going to get like a celebration drink or something. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't do that. Daffy's not like that. Tomato. How did I know your comment meant that? Actually, knowing Ace, he probably said tomato. Saying it all weird. Because he's weird. Is the FSLR still going? I see Rob Taylor mention it again. Is it still going, Rob? I don't even want to look. Oh god, I saw a bigger number. Indeed. Oh god, I trust you. I saw Ian Page was still going, so it's like, okay. Yeah, TAN still moving up. Canadian Solar kind of slowing down. First Solar though, killing it. 17%. I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind seeing the solar stocks pop back up. I've always thought some of those deserve to be back off the ground. I think solar is the greatest, no, but I do think it helps. I think it's something that's gonna definitely grow in the future. But who knows? We could all be like France and go towards like different types of energy that most countries don't use for all we know. I will say, a long time ago, not a long time ago, but a while back, my second trip to Colorado, I did see a ton more solar panel usage. I thought that was kind of cool. And that was years ago, so I'm sure it's even crazier now. But certain states actually use the heck out of solar panels. I think California is another state that uses them a lot. I think Texas has certain areas, but not the whole state. And there's like certain states that like almost every area has them. And it's not just our country. This is a good thing for the world. I'm just thinking of what I've actually seen. VC says India uses a lot. Wait, it's related to an AI thing? That sucks. He said, Rob Taylor said, people are saying First Solar is an AI play in regards to the data centers being built. Who really knows? Thing is on fire, though. Okay, well, thank you for that. I didn't know that. Why I say it sucks that it's related to AI is because these might be short-lived moves, which I would like to see that, but short-lived moves in terms of, like, I hope they come back down, dig some higher lows, and then you guys get a secondary chance. That's the good passive play to go for. You don't want to be the new trader catching a newly high move. You know, that would suck. But it is always very cool to watch stocks breaking out like that, though, regardless of the catalyst or what caused it. It's just cool to see big moves. Eric said, watch for the retake of current day open for bulls to come back. Maybe the drop needed to break current all-time high today, or just further dumping if we do not retake current day open, which right now they are currently retaking. Good call out. IWM still just kind of sitting where we talked about those initial higher lows holding together at 207s. Nothing crazy there yet. You said it may be a good time to buy AMD put. They are still above today's open, but they're one of the few that are like this. And I'd like to say they are still holding a higher low as well. They're definitely squeezing though. Why do I say that? Because they also have a high converging. So, I don't know. I'm a little bit more bullish than I am bearish as long as it's holding 167.40. But if the market dumps more, there's no reason that shouldn't fall as well. Not a bad look. Finished up snowboard season. Who are you? And almost got done planting my hot peppers and veggies. Gotta do some fresh top down start. Oh, before you start sharing ideas. Dude, nice. Are you like into snowboarding, like actually into it? Sounds like you're way more invested than just the average person, which sounds super badass. 50 days in the season? Jesus. We got a pro snowboarder in here. But you know they always do. Yeah, exactly, VC. Went to Cali and Utah. Tahoe and Salt Lake. Nice. You got any cool pictures? Without, I mean, you don't have to share yourself. I just meant like of the snowboarding. He said LMAO, yeah, until you talk to some of the locals and they're at day 130. Oh my. They just like live there. They live on the mountain. That's so cool, dude. I didn't know that. I knew you were busy. I didn't know what for, but that's honestly super badass. And you were planting some hot peppers and veggies. I'm assuming you have your own garden. That's awesome. And yeah, this is way more productive than me talking about SPY, so trust me, this is saving me. If I sit here and talk about SPY for another hour. A break above 530.91, I could show some bullish strength to continue higher, but with the news in less than an hour, could see just consolidation till then. Good looks, Eric. Oh, that's right, we got the 20-year news coming out, which might not cause a reaction, but it's just good to know that it's coming. Good morning, Ash Millie. My bad, I didn't even see you. Good to see you. I didn't see when you joined. Good to see you, Fitz. Good to see you, Joyful. Anybody else I might have missed? Sorry. Good to see you all. Letterbuck's like, say my name. Say my name. Buyers are still in over current day open from Eric's update. Good eye. I think I'm going to leave that red trend line there, though. I want to see it also pop over that to show me that buyers are definitely back in control. A little bit of secondary confirmation, nothing else. Really nice move, though. Crazy move to the downside, crazy retake back up. This is the epitome of what FOMC days give us a lot of the time. Tobias said, so we just flushed and then bought it back up again. Boring. This is the market. We have to be... gotta be realistic. We knew this was gonna most likely happen. We didn't want it, but it's happening. So we gotta get over it. SPY 15-minute 9 EMA is about to cross over the 20 EMA. Could cause for more downside. Good looks, Letterbuck. And right at the perfect spot of the chart, too. If we get a good rejection of this, that would be the perfect spot. I'm assuming they're lining up pretty close to that. Good looks, too. He's looking at the 15-minute 9 EMA. I like that. Very nice time frame. Instead of looking at the 5 like a degen like me all morning. The 15-minute, the 10-minute. I love these time frames. The 30-minute. These are all great. And maybe not for like, oh, let me catch a trade from this time frame, but it sets you up for good trades. You could be like, oh, I see selling pressure here, and then you switch down to the smaller time frames, and let's say you see a lower high, you know, then you get in on that. Take some confidence on that. What is on my arm? Yeah, but I want those 1% moves. Those are the fun ones. 3% days are missed, definitely. When I first started trading, it was SPY Tesla, SPY Tesla, SPY Tesla, SPY Apple Tesla, SPY Apple Tesla, SPY Apple Tesla. Now it's like AI, AI, AI. The days when Roku would run. Rob Taylor says, I missed the beginning of COVID crash / recovery movements. Limit up / down. Oh yeah, the limit ups and downs were a little wild. There's nothing wrong by trading multiple tickers as long as you have done your homework. That's what Daffy just said. I always gotta read out Daffy's comments, even if it's something random. Always read them out. I love you're still rocking Kiss in your name. Keep it simple, stupid. Damn, one of Mel's sons caught, what is that, a shark? A snapper? I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Is this a whale? A baby whale? Tuna? Jesus. This thing is huge. Damn. What time is it in that picture? It's like night fishing. No, it's probably super early in the morning. Nice. Good job, young Mel Jr. Marcus is his name? Very nice. That's a big one. My mind went to a shark because we used to go to try to catch little sharks. Tobias said, I just put an order in and my broker logged me out and is not crashing. WTF. They're scared of you, Tobias. You keep moving the markets. No way this is a real picture, Bugs. No way this first one is not real. There's no way. Wow. These pictures, if anybody wants to look, it's in Discord on the trade floor. Bugs is just sharing some of his pictures from his season snowboarding. Over 50 days. Man, that second picture is wild. These are like what Leland's pictures look like. It's just like unreal imagery. There's no way. That's awesome, man. That had to have been amazing. Yeah, I'd rather look at pictures like this than Spy right now. Olympic Valley was nuts. Oh my gosh. That is unreal. He sent some videos too. These are really nice. So Narnia's in Utah. I didn't know that. This is crazy. Damn, those guys' goggles look sick. Dude, thank you for sharing that. That's incredible. I'm like lost for words on some of those. That very first picture, though, the most unreal picture ever. Like that whole room and then the background, it literally looks like Photoshop. But it's not. It's just how amazing it looks. Got to see some pros stomp so casual. Let's see this. Ooh. Okay. Can you do that? Like, be honest, are you skilled enough to do that? He said, nah, no backflips. That first one was wow. Oh, wow, the second one, too. Oh, JKS. Good memory, Chem. Chem, amazing memory. Jinko, that's the one I wasn't remembering. Great memory. Your brain is huge. I don't even know if he's in stream or not, but that was a really, really good post. If I was 8 still, hell yeah, I would. Mikey said, "Good afternoon, BB fam. Just stop by and drop a like. Hope everyone is banking. I swung Palantir from yesterday. Stop loss below 20.60." And then he said, "And Starbucks is on her way to fill the gap." Thank you for stopping by. I always love it when somebody only has a chance to just quickly stop by and drop something real quick. I always appreciate that. Oh, what's up, Kem? Great memory, dude. Great memory. I knew there was still one more, man, but I couldn't get it out of my head. I couldn't. As soon as I saw you type JKS. Jinko Solar, man. At the time, that was a good one. It looks like the only one that's truly fallen off from back in the day, from when we looked at solar initially, from like maybe 2 years ago or more. It was Sunworks, SUNW. It looks like everything else is fine besides that one. And when I mean fine, I mean at least they're, you know, seeing some buyer moves. That one was not participating at all, and it looks like it's under $1, so I'm not looking at that one anymore. Mel. In about 43 minutes, we have the 20-year news, which I personally don't think has that much importance today, but it's still just good to note. And then an hour after that, and an hour and 42 minutes, we will have the FOMC news, which, again, we're not looking for a live stream or anything. This is just data being released. And personally, I'm not looking at the news. I'm just waiting for the news because it's kind of stupid to trade before it, or stupid to be in big risk before that news, knowing the history of how that news can affect the day. It's in the first FOMC event. Damn, Rob, I didn't even see any news on IBM. Oh, okay, my bad. I thought I was gonna check this chart and it was gonna be like 30%. Oh, they are up off the lows though. Must have had a decent dividend or earnings. They fell after earnings. A little bit of a higher low right there. Where's my price level to? 165. It's like a double gap right here. Got a gap up and a gap down. Tobias said, "Give me that lower high, baby." We are back above today's open by a good amount now, and they retook that higher low, but definitely a sign of caution here after that amount of buying. Especially with the day we've been given today. It's not like this is normal. Ooh. Gotta run some errands. We're turning on and be more some ideas. See you later, Bugs. Thank you for being here, man. And yes, I love AMD. Please do so. Hold to 530 could show more bullish strength. Then he said, 531. All good, Daffy. I don't blame you. You did a lot of posting today, man. You're allowed to take a break before the news. You did great. Thank you for guiding us in the darkness. Daffy is the light. Yeah, I'll see you on YouTube. If you say anything funny, I will be here to read it. Said, lastly, I'm still holding the AMD play with 10 cons. Bet. And 1 runner spy put. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looks like healthcare recovering a little bit better. The calm before the storm. Gotta stretch. I'm gonna go check on my dog real quick. I'll be right back. Ah, yes, and I come back and nothing new has happened. I just gotta see, like, mathematically. Oh, of this move, where are we? Kind of coincides with that higher low right there. Tech still slowing down from the lower high. It's the biggest notable one, at least. IWM. Back up off of those lows and hitting 208s again. Nice move by IWM. Well, I saw a lot of you saying AMD puts. I hope you guys did good in those, because you did get a nice pullback so far. I saw VC and a couple other... I saw at least 2 other people mention this as well. From earlier in the stream. Damn, Coinbase did so damn good. From Daffy? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Daffy was the main one, but I saw you mention it, and I saw a couple other people mention it too. I like to take everybody into account. Because even if he's the one who originally posted it, you guys do have your own opinions too. And everybody gave updates, so I like to give everybody credit. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. Alright. Let's see what you guys are saying in here. Yes, my dog was fine. She was literally just laying in a crate thing I have for her. It's not a crate, it's huge. Mel said, not a single trade till now. Do I have my levels? And that previous day high was, but hated to step out. Yeah, they're trying to hold the higher low as support right now. Eric said it earlier. There were two possibilities. We either lose today's open, which we did for a little bit, and this can lead to one of two scenarios. We fade really slowly towards 530, maybe even 529.70s, or that becomes liquidation to move the price back up. And that's kind of what we've been seeing right now. But no new high of day, but a good push to the upside so far from that dip. So kind of backwards thinking a little bit, but it's just showing both scenarios. I mean, we have a lot going on right now. A lot and nothing going on at the same time. Here in 21 minutes, about 20 minutes really, we have news on the 20-year, and then in an hour and 20 minutes we have FOMC news. For anybody who is waiting for what could bring us movement today. And remember, we're not really looking for anything, but if they do give us a good break or a good retest of something, then of course we can take risk on that, but not really looking to go too crazy on a FOMC day. And if anybody's in the Discord and wants to check out the FOMC guide, please check out the daily updates channel. Sorry, I had to think for a second. In the daily updates channel, you can go in there, and Eric reposted it, so just scroll up once. I think it should be there. For anybody who's just interested in trying to navigate it. Still seeing a potential hold of this higher low. We've really only had one invalidation under it and a retake of it just now. This is the retest of that retake. A new recent high right here over this right here could bring a really good test of the high of day, basically. Which I know that isn't really that impressive, but that's what's in front of us. A loss of that higher low can bring a retest of today's open, and basically the same game plan as before. We see a break of that, we're probably going to see low of day get tested. I wouldn't be surprised if both of these pan out before the end of the day. D-Touch said that Boeing is trapping some bears today. We can see intraday wise, low, higher low from the past 2 days. And if you go to see the bigger time frame, these are just zones from either the daily or the weekly. I don't remember. It's just called the default chart, so I didn't categorize it. I think these are daily zones. Yeah, these are daily zones. Yeah, so it's actually hilarious if any of you remember where these zones are from, but one of my oldest zones videos is actually, it comes from this chart Boeing, because I still think to this day it's the best chart for supply and demand. I think supply and demand traders will have their best time on Boeing, and it's because it has these good dip buys. They're like measured moves every time too. They're never just random. It's always a lower high or a higher low buy. It's very clean. So I think using the rules that we use in my group, at least for the zones and how you draw them, at least, It lines up really well, and you can see here past price, and it's not even just right now. Like, go back and just review stuff like in between. You don't have to go review right now price action. Go back, you know. So please review more, but it's just cool to see, like, you have this positive print, you have this day holding. So like in your mind, you should be going, okay, well, as long as we're holding 184.50, I should go up. If we break this, I have to expect some downside. And there's a couple other levels in here. You know, it looks like we added some stuff from smaller time frames over the past couple days. To just help us out in case it did break. Looks like that never did break. We'll do like the meat of that candle. But back to what I was saying though. So you can see like they fell into that, you know, kind of the top of that zone there. Retook it before the end of the day. Brought it back up. Kind of dropped back down. End of day they closed just above it. Today in the first 15 minutes we fell back under but never broke the recent low. Closed back above. So basically as of this candle we should be super bullish, right? Just intraday wise. I'm not talking about swing trades or anything, but just very interesting from here, you know, after all this information, after all this time has gone by, and looking at the daily and going, okay, I like how we have a couple candles holding, kind of going into today, just planning that. So going from bigger to smaller time frame, it really can set you up just for good visualizing of a plan without even having a million levels on your screen. So even just kind of looking at it from that perspective. But Boeing is definitely one of the most interesting charts in my opinion. I think it's kind of slept on in terms of how clean it moves, not in terms of the company. I'm not once gonna glaze Boeing, but just very interesting. Coin's another pretty good one. I'd say these two actually go hand in hand, even though they have nothing to do with each other. Moderna's probably a good third. Just supply demand stuff, like those charts are always like big pops, really slow pullbacks. Big pops, really slow pullback. Very long periods of consolidate. It's like old Tesla, basically. I wouldn't say they do that now. Do I have my level 37? No. Yeah, Alexis is probably aware of what price it's at, and if he isn't, he's gonna flip. Moderna is definitely one of his favorites, for sure. All right, in about 14 minutes, we have news on the 20-year. And then in an hour and 14 minutes, we have the FOMC news. Did you see my NVIDIA lotto bet? No, I did not. Where is it? Or what did you do? I guess I should just ask for context. First, oh, that's right. I guess I gotta remember that. Since you're like across the world, you normally are like one of the first messages in the day. I noticed that. That's before all the good morning message montage happens. It'll always be like Tobias posting charts or a trade or something he did. Tobias is honestly our... I don't even know what would you call it. What would you call that? Oh no, Garden Trader beat you actually. She said good morning at 6:22 a.m. You did not post until 6:39 a.m. Just kidding. Hold up, I can't read all this out loud. I gotta read this one to myself. This is a lot. I like how you worded that, and we all know that multiple compression is a biatch. On the other hand, they could show strength based on FOMO. I forget Tobias used to write his own Substack stuff. Like when I read this reminds me of your like old posts where you'd write up summaries of the day or the market or something going on or something of history, you know, something of historical importance. You should do those posts again, but in the Discord. Because I don't know about everybody else in here, but I found those entertaining and I loved reading them. And I'm not on Twitter anymore, so I can't help you there, but it'd be cool if you could post some stuff like that, because damn, dude. This is so entertaining. You know, it's funny. Did you know that there's another person in chat beside you that is also saying something similar to what you said? Now, you have a lot more in-depth reason, but y'all's chart is the exact same. And actually, he just typed above you in YouTube chat. You and Daffy are the first two people I've seen to actually bring this up. I haven't seen it, because again, I'm not on social media anymore. I'm off that crap. So I'm just going off opinions of the people I actually focus on. And you're the only two people I've seen mention this so far. Wait, so what did you get? Are you just in NVIDIA shorts? No, yeah, my Twitter's still active. I'm saying I deleted the app. Like I'm not looking at that crap anymore. My Twitter and Instagram are still active. I just deleted the apps. I'm just done looking at them. Let the rats on those social medias have it. I'm going to focus on the people who matter. This week, 800? You're crazy. Okay, you guys might... Oh, you said it right here. My bad, I read over it. He said, which is going to be a great way to lose 100% before open, or be a 20x that will buy me another vacation. That's funny. You, sir, are crazy, and I love it. I like your reasoning, though. I like how you were talking about how... Because I actually talked about this a long time ago. And I only know about this, it's funny, because of gaming. I only know about this because of gaming. But there's a guy who does videos. His name is Code Bullet. You guys should go check out his YouTube. It's like coding for dummies. Now, you don't have to do any coding, but he shows cool, fun challenges he does for himself for coding. And you'll always notice a trend in his videos. He'll go from using an AI that is bulky, like what Tobias is talking about, and is just taking too long, it's too expensive, and it's just not worth it, the time it's taking up, right? It's not just the money, it's the time also. So two very important things. And he always reverts back to using a smaller and evolving AI, something that learns over time. It doesn't just, oh, figure a problem out. No, it'll if there's two doors in front of it and it gets the wrong one, it'll remember that. It'll go to the right one. Next time, mistake. Next time, mistake. And it'll just remember this stuff for whatever amount of stages or whatever you have it learning or whatever it's going through, right? And it's always the smaller ones that end up evolving over time, but that takes time too. But no, I kind of agree with a lot of what you said in your analysis. But I also like that you were realistic. You also put that they kind of need to say this stuff out loud. You said if these guys say this publicly now, I like that you put that, because this is all just speculation until it's said out loud. So I like that you were realistic with it as well. It's not just a complete like, oh, I think NVIDIA is going to die and fall off the cliff. I like that you kept it realistic too. Very, very awesome post. If anybody wants to review that, Tobias posted something on the trade floor at 6:39 a.m. Central Standard Time. Just a really big analysis, basically. Big analysis post on his potential gamble here on NVIDIA. And I kind of like some of his points. Even if he's not right in the short term, I think it's kind of cool to think about as an investment point of view for the long term. Very, very cool post. Very, very cool post. Yeah, like I said, man, that reminded me of the nostalgic Substack posts he used to do. I was actually thinking about that the other day too, because I was like, how did we meet Tobias? And then it was like, oh yeah, he had like a Substack, and I was like, oh yeah, this dude is smart. I really like how he posted, and just like, I don't know, the way he posted about random topics was really cool. I need to go find your Substack without going back to Twitter. Yeah, pretty cool though. Thank you for that post. I still think you're wild. Rob said FSLR finally cracked 250. What a massive move on that chart. We'll have to do some bigger time frame charting on these. I'll have to do like a... Maybe I'll do it in a video. I'll just do like a members only video where I post it in chat and the YouTube member thing. And I'll just do bigger time frame charting from TAN all the way down to JKS. Therefore, it's just a solar related charting video. So you guys can just have that. And if you want to copy it, you can. If you want to use the same method, you can. If you want to do the method before clicking on the video, you can. Therefore, you can try to see if you can match up. See if you got close. I know a lot of you like to do that, so I always like to give that option. Which I think is cool. A lot of you guys challenge yourself, like in private. I think that's very helpful. You said you don't know if it's still active? Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to go see what your Substack had on it again, because that was very nice. You get the move to 800, Tobias, and I will never question your sanity ever again. It gets even close to it, and I'll count it. And then he goes, no, you should question my sanity. Oh. Is there any other charts you guys want to look at? Oh, wait, never mind. Hold up. We gotta wait. We gotta wait 3 minutes. We might get movement. And then in an hour, we should see FOMC movement, if any. Which a lot of the time brings a fake move, and then the real move, and then the real move gets a retest, and then it looks like it's a fake move, and then it keeps going. If you know what I mean, check the Daily Updates channel. You'll see the image that I'm talking about. So far, though, they have bears trapped under today's open, though, because they dropped it. Probably tricked a lot of people, waked it up within the same candle, and then the next few candles were just straight up buyers, so... Definitely some money was chopped here before this move came up, but no new high of day came in. So it couldn't have been that significant. But we are still holding today's open. Just a little awkward. Definitely make sure to like stretch or stand up or something if you've just been sitting here the last 2.5 hours. At least from my stream. Market's been open longer than that. Market's been open for almost 3.5 hours. I think I'm going to start doing that from now on. Instead of just not streaming FOMC or weird move news days, I think I'm just going to start my stream a little later and then stream into that news. Yeah, Tesla and AMD, those are two really good ones to look at. AMD is definitely one of my favorites. It just moves so much. I've always said this in the past, they're just not as dependent. Like, Tesla could have a really big red day while the market's rallying new all-time highs. Not every stock does that. Some stocks' betas are too intact with the market. It moves too much in unison with the market. Whereas, like, some stocks, they don't need that. Semiconductors are a really good example. Tesla's a really good example. I agree with you. And even if they don't move, a certain day that you're focused on them, at least you can at least take the range of that day where it didn't move and focus on that the next day. So it's just super simple. It's not like it's a big head scratcher or anything. Good points though, Mel. Good points. I think that's why I like Boeing a little too. Boeing's like a little wild. It just kind of doesn't listen to anybody. It doesn't really follow the other airlines because it's kind of the king. Well, so far. Hopefully, over the course of the next 15, 20 years that changes. Because, Jesus, they just have so many random problems that airlines should not be having. It's not even just like for the safety of me or anybody in here. It's just like, I don't know, that's just crazy that anybody should ever have to experience anything like that. Like a door falling off, that's just crazy. We're in 2024. We got planes with doors falling off. And it's funny because, and you guys should definitely watch, if anybody here has Netflix, or maybe one day in the Discord we'll watch this together. But there is a special on Boeing on Netflix, and it came out a while ago. And it is so good. It even touches up on the point that I was about to make. But there was so when their plane started falling out of the sky initially, they were blaming this on foreign pilots. They were saying that, and they were half right on foreign pilots not having as much training as people who are trained in North America or even in Europe. But there were people in certain countries that weren't trained as much, and that's the first thing they went to blaming, was like, oh, well, these guys just don't know what the hell they're doing, they don't know the proper procedure. But the proper procedure was so insane that it should not have been followed anyway. It's just like, why is this even in the plane kind of thing, So no wonder some of these pilots didn't know about it. And it just goes to show how crap Boeing is managed as a company from the top. Not from the bottom, from the top. That company is so horribly managed, and they are lucky that multiple governments bail them out. Because without that, I don't think Boeing would exist. Basically what I'm saying is they're lucky they're so deeply invested into every other airline. Every other airline buys from them and is connected to the military even. Boeing isn't just for public airlines. There's a lot of other uses for Boeing. But it's wild. That's not even like an emotional opinion. That's just facts. That's a horribly ran company. But that's also why I feel like they're what do we call that? What do you call that when they're different from everybody else? Like the black duck out of all the white ducks or whatever. Like the gray sheep or whatever you call it. Whatever that saying is, that's what Boeing is. Boeing's a lone wolf. There's not a lot of other companies like this. And you can expect good movement from Boeing a lot of the time. So, I feel like that plays into it a little bit. It's just a super unique company. I guess you could make that argument about a lot of companies, though. And yes, the 20-year news is out. It's so exciting. Aren't you guys excited? All this movement we're getting. I should have just focused on IWM. That was such a good move. That 47-cent move was wild. Apple on the steady decline today, though. This is a steady downtrend. This should have been fixed already, but kind of interesting that it pulled away from it so perfectly. Tesla is still in the down. No hold of 180. Just instantly breaking under it. Coin above that light trigger level and hit the first target. See if they hold above that light trigger, if they're going to break back under and head towards 230 again. It's not weird today, VC. This is kind of expected. Remember, we have FOMC today. This is pretty normal for these kinds of days. It doesn't happen every time. Some days are different than others. But this is definitely a majority of the FOMC trading sessions. This is what they look like. And really what the whole goal is just to test. I guess this is their current range. That's what we'll say. But it's nice that we've seen a good move up and a good move down. So it's like they've really just wanted to test the boundaries of what they want to try to break out. You know, we are kind of looking at 530 down here. We are looking at the new all-time high right here. And they've tested both sides of that essentially. Not perfectly, but gotten pretty close. So just really see this as just testing the outers of its current range before it wants to make a bigger move. Whatever news come out, maybe it closes up and we make new all-time highs and continue on. Maybe we fail that and come back down. Maybe we make new lows. Who knows? But we've definitely tested both sides of a good range. At least intraday. So, nothing we can really do about it. Also good every now and then to remind yourself what the bigger time frames look like. It's really easy to forget what's going on when we're zoomed in on the smaller time frames so much. So make sure you zoom out just to kind of refresh your head and say, you know what, we are literally sitting just under all-time high. So be very careful no matter what you're doing. Lately trading volume on SPY is very low. It's probably because we're near all-time highs, just hesitant trading. We talked about this the day before, and I think we talked this last 2 days actually, just because it's so hesitant. And you could see it in the chart too. We hit this all-time high. We broke it by like 4 or 6 cents or something like. I think it was 4 cents. We broke it here. Yeah, 4 cents because that was the one I took initially. So 4 cents, made a new all-time high. And then lower open yesterday, basically just sitting under it. Lower open again today, still just sitting under it. So you can definitely see some hesitant breakout here. You know, even if it's not bullish per se, it's definitely still just sitting under all-time high. So we haven't gotten a proper pullback or any kind of breakout either. And that's been for what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading sessions ever since we got here. But remember, we have to give bulls the benefit of the doubt, because since breaking this, making this all-time high, we have held the short-term, or what is known as the mid-term retest, moved up, tested that high, just didn't break it. And that's just kind of the story right now, is we're holding a bullish fib and just not making a new high. That's it. So I gotta lean towards bulls on this until proven otherwise. But there's some hesitancy there, we can see it. You can do it on smaller time frames too. You could leave those levels and just kind of focus on this. 30 minute, 15 minute, 10 minute, whatever you guys are comfortable with. I was just leaving this one on because it has all the levels, but the other one just kind of keeps it plain and simple for you if you want. Still just getting some buyers off of that higher low that we talked about after the retake of today's open. No new recent high made though. Just kind of getting us up under it. Can I check FCX? I will gladly check anything. Oh, smaller, bigger time frame. Before I continue. So if you let me continue, I will just chart this whole thing up. Bigger or smaller? Smaller, so you're day trading it. I don't know if I've ever day traded this one. I've definitely swing traded FCX before. You can always tell when you're charting the COVID dip. Wait, that's not all-time high. What am I doing? Wait, is that? No, it isn't. Wait a minute. I'm doing this all wrong. Hold up. Hold up. I thought that was the all-time high run. Alright, we're all the way back here in 07, 08, 09. Alright, let me zoom in here. Gotta get a couple levels below and then a couple levels above. I feel like I'm waking up because I'm not staring at SPY right now. I need to do a couple more below. Those are fine. Scroll on over. Make sure these aren't popping a high over here. Next emerging candle isn't until here, so we need to do a halfway point there. And what I was trying to do is mark that. Whoops. Because that's the all-time high. I'm gonna make that a dotted line. And then I need to get a 50% here because that's bothering me. And that's fine. All the way back now to 2024. We also need to go to the 5-day 5-minute just to get context. I love getting context. So Thursday they just kind of dumped. There's a little bit of a demand here. What was a demand, I should say. So let me zoom in. Low of the move to top of the last red candle. I'm just getting low of the demand of that day and then extending it over a couple days just to see what's happened since then. A little bit of a supply right here. Looks like they had no problem gapping up and holding. Pushed up, held this little bit of a higher low. It's like here to top of that last red candle. Moved up. Here's the supply of that high. Maybe here. Rejected. 90% entry above. Good higher lows holding it. Grinded up to 55.24. So there's a supply here. Let's edit this over just to see what happens. I just gotta see. Okay, actually all of those zones can stay. I was gonna delete some of them because I thought price went through some of them, but we just gapped down. Could probably delete this one after today and then include this day's low. Like go from here to here. Top of that last red candle. And now you have some other information here, not just a bunch of bigger time frame levels, which are very helpful right now. I would zoom this up a little bit. Right there. So it looks like from right here, right now, for buyers to get back into this chart more, they need to get this push over 52 and maybe even a retest, since to get down here, they actually did wick a good level and pull back. So probably need a good retest above this, but really good move. I mean, they dropped down, held a low here at 50.60, decided to make their low here with the double bottom, are working over the impulse move, which is right here. Oh, come on. The high of that candle. Because they brought it back down, made a move, made a low, pulled back over. So that's the high you got to get over. Work towards the good levels, but now that they're already here as a new trader, you definitely got to look for a better retest for a different trade to the upside. Good rejection could also happen, and if they do re-break 51.65, there's a good chance they want to retest this low, and then you could look to see if that breaks next too. Or the pattern flashcards. Because again, the swing trading videos are not just for swing trading. They also have pattern recognition in them. So please go through those if you're someone who's struggling with looking at candlestick patterns. I'm not sure, Adam. I'll wait to see what Leland says, to be honest, on that one. I guess you could say it could be, but I really don't know. Because yeah, you could see that as like the fake move, and then it's moving up, and this is the retest of the real move for all we know, but I don't know, we'll see what Leland says on that one. He might not even be looking at this today, to be honest with you. I don't blame him. Tobias said, "Don't look at SPY. We are about to turn green." Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll see what he says. He is the ultimate nerd. Especially on FOMC days. I actually haven't reviewed them as heavy as he has. They're just, I don't know. They're really good days to just stay away from for the most part. But at the other end of things, you know, there is also great opportunity. You know, beyond just the news if it's bearish or bullish, there's really good price action on some of these days. Even during the news and after the news. So I don't like to sit here and just bash FOMC days. Alright guys, in about 39 minutes we will have the big news event of the day coming out. By then we should see if we're going to get more movement or not. But right now we are struggling to pop new highs over the all-time high. We have multiple lower highs under. On the other end of things, we're struggling to break under today's open with the hold of a move. So I think those are our two big triggers of the day right now. You averaged down and sold for even? Nice. Got yourself out of that hairy trade. It sucks you weren't green in that though, I'm surprised. I don't know what your first entry was, but I mean this was a really good breakdown whenever you brought it up that second time. That's personally why I don't like to average down. I like to just cut my trade and then pick up a new one if it's something different, or if I wait in between. But if you had something planned, that's ignore me. Tobias said average down will F you up. BC says yes, but when Daffy says I am in. Yeah, for real. It's basically turning a $40 mistake into a $4,000 one. No, yeah, that's true too. Like, it's not just about like yeah, when you average down, yes, you're fixing your average, but what are you also doing? You're applying more risk. It costs money to average down. So you're basically just increasing your risk in your trade, and it's just not a good thing. But on the other end, if you have a plan for that stuff, that's great. I don't have a problem with anybody that has a planned average down. It's just when it's random is when it becomes a problem. No, that was good. You did good. Apparently, you got your move that you needed to at least neutralize your position. There's also an option. I don't know about on every broker, but there's an option to you can close out the one that was worse off too before the one that you liked. Because you'll notice one of yours will be down, one of them will be up a lot. Good job though, nonetheless. Great job. Only 35 more minutes. Oh, I had to plug my phone in. Boeing pops a new high, instantly gives it up. That's so Boeing of Boeing. Coin possibly giving up some of its gains if it pops under this little red line here. What is this? Oh, that's from the high. Yeah, 233.60s basically. Moderna hit 161 almost. That's crazy. Almost 252 on First Solar. In about 32 minutes, 32 minutes, we have FOMC news. If you're on YouTube, feel free to drop a like on the stream. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. Share the channel around, stuff like that. An amazing Wednesday this is, isn't it, everybody? And we're back down to that higher low again. What a drop this is. Will this also wick up before news, or will this hold and continue dumping? Sheesh. Sheesh. Low of day. Sheesh. Breaking 530. My handy dandy notebook, financialjuice.com. This is old. Somebody has Pal's locker room bugged. The AMD put by Daffy with his 10 contracts that he said he was still in are up 18.88% right now. He just reposted those in the trade floor of Discord. Was the news actually leaked, Ace, or were you just memeing? I could believe you on that one. That was a pretty nice move so far. Now the next thing to look out for is to see... I don't even know why I have that anymore. Yeah, I guess is to see this 529.50s end up breaking, but looks like they're struggling with the break of 530. Good job on the guys on trade floor. A lot of guys posting plays and killing it. Memes. Okay, good. Goldman CEO says he doesn't see the Fed cutting rates this year. For once, I'll probably agree with him. I don't see them doing it either. They went from saying, we're going to do it twice. And they were like, we're going to do it twice, but we're going to space them out. And now they're like, well, we're going to definitely do one. It's like, well, what is it? And that's just from my point of view, and I've only been paying attention to see if they're going to do it or not. They just keep saying, yeah. That never happened, nor do I think it's going to happen this year. Which kind of sucks, because we're only halfway through the year. And it already looks like it's not going to happen. We also have NVIDIA earnings after hours today, everybody. That is going to be a big market mover potentially. A lot of people are looking towards NVIDIA to see if the AI hype has continued or has it died down. And thank you for the thumbs up on the YouTube stream, everybody who's in here on YouTube. Appreciate that. They are still struggling with 530. Really like a retest of previous day control point for a try at put. What level is that at? I didn't bother drawing it today. $530.30? Oh, okay. Another new low of day. All that fib was just a break of the new low into the buyer candle that bought, and then it just kind of shows a midterm retest. If any of you guys have taken course number 2 or were in one of my seminars, we did a big breakdown on the 3 major types of retest. This, of course, being my favorite one. It's called the hidden retest. Pretty cool retest though from here. Nasty move on SPY though. They are definitely holding under 530 now. Ace just said still working on workshop 11. I think that's one of my new favorite videos. Those the 3 types of retest. That really is one of my. I don't know. I was pretty organized too. I feel like I'm not always like prepping before my videos. I just kind of go at it live. Daffy is closing SPY and 7 of his contracts on AMD. His SPY play hit 72.4%. AMD, right before the sell point, he hit almost 26%. So anybody here on the trade floor who's taking those trades or is in the same position, please look at minimizing some of your risk here soon. Some of the targets that were posted have been hit, so there's no need to be sitting in a full position still. Of course, do you. These are your positions. Nobody's telling you what to do. SPY bounced perfectly off the weekly level, 529.45. Good eye, Letterbuck. Damn. He's looking at weekly levels. I'm not gonna argue with that. Oh, there's Leland. Leland posted in result in review. Oh, SPY got some movement, at least a little bit, in a quick paced amount of time. Now we shall see. Does 530 get retaken? Because right now they look like they're rejecting away from it. That was a big key level. We do have news in about 11 to 12 minutes from now, which is kind of the big news of the day. Remember, guys, we have news in about 10 minutes. News in 6 minutes. We are still just seeing a little bit of a buyer attempt above the 529.50, but we are still under 530. So the rejection is still in effect. And by ran, I mean rejected. I figured that. Rejected / tested. Yeah, we'll see if we get a pop under that or not. And they are very close to touching low of day again. Like I said, the rejection is still in effect since we have not pushed beyond 530. If anything, we've just rejected it and moved lower. Multiple holds at 529.50s now. So we're stuck between this little area here. It's like a 40-50 cent range. Right before the news too. The news that could send this all the way back up to high of day, new all-time high. It could also send us even lower. Or nothing. That's true too. Very, very nice move down to that 529.50. So, news here in about 2 to 3 minutes, everybody. It's like 2.5 minutes, actually. Welcome, Alex Bow. Good to see you. Anybody else I might have seen join? Good to see you as well. Man, I thought it was going to be so much more boring than this. This was amazing. Glad to be here. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Tobias said, sold 2 out of my 3 NVIDIA contracts. Ooh. I'm assuming you got some movement to the downside then for your early little gamble you're doing. You little degen. Play is almost free now. Nice. Love to hear that. I mean, just kidding. Your play's alright, Tobias. It's alright. Alright, I'm just gonna set the chart like this so we can see a little bit above, a little bit below before the news. Got a minute and 18 seconds. Which, again, if nothing comes from it, whatever. But we already got some really nice movement before, so that's good. At break of clean levels, too. I mean, the break of 530.50 was really nice. 530.60s, of course, today's open, but that 530.50 was good too, because that was where we had that first kind of meat of a push low under that, and then we just instantly reversed and took it over again. But that second time, we just flushed straight under it. And then if you take a fib from the new low from here to the low of this candle before any buyer showed up, it actually gave a really good second opportunity for the hidden retest on the 1 minute. On the 5 minute, that would be a different story. Sure, it's just red candles all the way down into probably a doji of some sort. We might see some upside. I can't read that other word, Tobias. It wouldn't surprise me with how the news market's been going lately. 15 seconds. Oh, we should have done a poll. That would have been funny. Two, one, blast off. Or dump. Oh. Let's see what we get here. Breaking the new low. No hold of new low yet. You got another 20 seconds on this 1 minute candle. They're wicking it again. Still rejecting 530, but no hold of a new low yet. That is the meatiest low of the day so far. That's the lowest we've closed on the 1 minute. But no close under 529.50s. We have an opening of the next candle underneath that level. Possibly opening up room for more flush. Ace said he is looking for a rejection of the previous day low at 529.07, and then he's looking for boom boom candles. Right as we say that, we are losing that 529.07. Like I said, the rejection of 530 is pretty significant. We went back to the 5 and the 30 minute to see why. Crazy drop under 530 now. Actually getting a really good move. And most of the chat is just sitting in AMD and SPY puts on trade floor. Good job, Daffy. Ace said, and by boom boom, I mean doom doom. We are now $1.50 under 530. AMD play is up over 50%. Kevo's is probably up a lot more than that because he's in the 155s, not the 150s. Very big move down to the 528 area. Very quickly too. That's in what, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes? Looks like the market's not too sold on anybody cutting interest rates anytime soon. getting some wicking action now that we've gotten very close to the 528s. Let's just quickly go back to the 5-minute and review what even is this. Let's hover over it. We can see this is Friday's low demand. So that's where this is coming from. Just to remind ourselves, what even is this? Wait, is that? Yeah. Friday's low demand. I had to second guess myself there. Good job, Kevo. And Daffy. Let's go. His final runner on AMD for Daffy is at 61% just about. Kevo is up 36 on Tesla and over 106 on AMD with that 155. Let's go, guys. But that is where that zone comes from. 530, very significant. We end up projecting it. And the big next thing to look at, do we close under this previous date low? Just like Ace was just recently implying towards, because this could be a spot where buyers reverse from. It's also a gate open if sellers want to just keep unleashing hell, because they didn't close anything on the 5-minute just now. If you look back at that, that actually perfectly closed just at it. The 1-minute looks a lot better. So I guess if you want to, you could just draw this fib on the 1-minute and just focus on who has control of this if you're too confused by the 530, 529.07 thing. So just focus on that fib. This could be giving you a hidden retest. A pop over that golden level would actually give buyers a better probability of moving higher. This is just the latest retest to the downside. Ow. Still no close over the golden pocket level. We're actually rejecting it right now. It looks like Daffy and Kevo are out of some, with the rest on good stop losses with runners. Good stuff, guys. Getting yourself out of those positions and getting yourself into a safer part of it. I like that. Taking profits and moving on. Yep. The dollar as well. Nice move up. Go to SPY. Nice move down. We finally have them going away from each other. Good memory to go back and look at that, Daffy. All right, let's see what you guys are saying in here. This guy. He said watch it take the whole drop back up. That would not be surprising considering it is FOMC. I think a lot more of you are expecting this more now than you were before. I see a lot more of you mention it the last time, this time. And even if it doesn't work out, I mean, at least you're aware that the possibility is there. Good rejection of that golden pocket so far, though. Dondi said, this man Daffy's on the phone with me and mid-call screamed, AMD is flushing. Second chance at popping? Just kidding. Nah, we'll see here in a few minutes what's going to happen. A good bullish pop would be if they could push beyond 529.57, because that would show they're not just holding previous day low, but also trying to get a good push beyond it, as well as the recent golden pocket. But a good rejection here, a break back under previous day low of 529.07. That would be a really good secondary chance at seeing another flush to the downside. But we'll see. These are the two triggers for both sides, like we always like to plan in here. Both sides. No point in just being a bull or bear. And you could be bearish or be bullish on a trade. That's gonna happen, duh. But it's pointless to ignore the opposite side. It's good to be aware of what invalidates you being bullish or you being bearish. Good eye by Letter Buck. I see a couple people mentioning that weekly level. You see the message in trade floor, Daffy? He put that he was on the phone with you, and I put, I bet you we have his contact saved. It's because he has like 8 Joshes in his phone, and the one time I tried to talk to him, he was like, which one is this? So I'm just never letting him live it down. Well, we made it to FOMC. Will we get the flush under previous day low, or will they retake over 529.57? And that'll just be a starter retake for them. There's, of course, more steps needed to be taken for bulls to look a lot more attractive, but it'd be a first step. Bears are a lot closer to their possibility. Good update by Dr. J. He said triple Qs are right under the PML. Pre-market low. Struggling to close under that previous day low. They're trying. Good cut, Tobias. Nothing wrong with that. For Profit said, I stapled my hands to my seat for now. It's a good way. Good way of not touching. Oh, nice. Actually getting a good move away from that fib. Good job, guys. Oh, and we hit target. Yeah, hold up, wait. Need that screenshot. Nice, nice. Alright, so we hit main target. Now we need to see, do we break under main target and make it to further targets with runners, or is this going to reverse from here, and do we need to cut this at probably the low of this green candle, 528.80s. Alright, now we have a lot of stuff to look at here. This is the, remember, this is the Friday low demand. We went back and we looked at that beforehand. So buyers can show up here now that we've gotten multiple legs down on the smaller time frames. Yeah, I agree with what D-Touch said. I think market's just scared of the no cut. We did almost make it to that next level. 3 cents away, they hit it just about. So we'll see if they want to continue this sell-off under 528s, or was this the fullest extent of the, I should say good selling, because this is tradable selling. We'll see if they make it kind of slow and meh the rest of the day. But really good post today. Really good run through with the fib right there. I hope a lot of the breakdown made sense for some of you. They don't always look as good as that. I don't want to sit here and act like every retest is going to look like that, but that was probably one of the cleanest extensive one. But I truly believe between 527.32 and 527.97, that whole highlighted area, I think that's going to be where we see our low of day made. So if that was it, awesome. If not, we go a little bit lower and build somewhere in there, awesome. But I think that's where they're going to try to keep us. And then tomorrow, they'll probably give us a really weird open where it opens lower, and we're looking for rejections of this, or we'll see a higher open and we'll need to see something hold. I'll go back and look and see what that needs to be, but as of right now, that Friday low demand is really big focus right now. You took a play right here, Alexbo? My bad, I just saw what you said. He said, took one put con on that green candle retest at 11.19 for a quick 18% to the target. I'm assuming you're in a different time zone. Are you in California or Arizona or Vegas? Oregon. Ah, there you go. Well, there you go. That's a really nice trade. I would say that was one of the best candles you could have got in on, was that one. And I say that because you have, like, of course it's best to get it against this level, but you have to look for lower highs. And we really only got a couple of rejections here, and then a better lower high showed up here. So any entry right here would have been fine, but you still had to worry about the previous day low. So I could see why somebody might not have wanted to enter on that. Plus an inside bar was literally made right there. Next candle drops, kind of invalidates all of that hesitancy. This candle really gives you the best option at getting into the trade before it truly reverses or gives it that chance. So that was a really good entry. Good job, man. Nice. And that's what we do in here. No hand holding. You just did that all on your own. I couldn't take a single piece of credit from that. Good job, Alex. What'd you say, Leland? What are you saying in here? Daffy says if SPY goes to 527, he will jump out of his car. Please don't do that. I mean, he can go to 527, but please don't jump out of your car. We need you. Missed the big drop from FOMC dealing with family stuff, but caught a 45% return from a second drop below previous day open and took profit before the previous day demand. Good job, Eric. And guys, I will update the levels and have it ready, but I think I'm going to end stream here. Remember, Friday low demand, kind of a big important area here. Even if you remove this fib, you still have good levels here showing where we rejected from. But just remember here, let me go to a bigger time frame. Let the 5 minute be a little easier to see. Remember that 529.07 is a big level from the previous day low, and we have the Friday low demand. So we're kind of stuck between two very important areas right now with current low of day. So right now we're just looking to see where does this finish at. So majority of the fast pay selling should be done. If it does continue, it'll be towards the Friday low demand, maybe even under it. But we'll see if we get that move or not. But either way, I'll update the levels, and in tomorrow's stream we'll have a game plan set, just like we usually do. But guys, I'll see you in tomorrow's stream. Thank you guys again. Leland, what are you doing? He just thanked and then dropped a $20 donation. You are rich. Thank you, Leland. I appreciate you, man. I have the option to like your stream now, or to like your comment. Yeah, what a guy. Here I am trying to ditch everybody, and he drops $20. But thank you guys again for the amazing stream. We had an almost 4-hour stream today. I hope you guys have a good day. Please don't spend it over trading. Please don't spend it here stressing. And we'll have a game plan set in the morning. So I'll see you again later on. Thank you all again, and love you all.